Hi, my name is Elaine. I'm here from Inspired by My Angel CLM, which I own as my Etsy shop, and I am the creator. I want to thank you for being here with me today, and I'm going to attempt to create a wreath for you. A little bit about myself is that I am new at this. I began my journey in September of 2020. I'm absolutely loving it. I have found my joy. And my hope is that with me perhaps taking you along on my journey, that you too will be inspired and enjoy the art of wreath making. So first, let me show you what we're going to be using today. So I'm just going to adjust the camera and show you what we're going to be using. Let's get some of these things out of the way here. Okay, I've got these beautiful sunflowers. And they're in a pretty peach coral color. I've also got some eucalyptus that I thought would look nice with this, along with some green eucalyptus. And I also, as filler, have some of these pom-pom balls with like a sagey green leaf on them that we'll be adding in as well. So this is what we're going to be working with today. Oh, I also have, which I'm not sure, but I also have this, again, it's a eucalyptus, but right at the tips it has like a coral pinkish color to it. So I thought that might be nice to incorporate in with our arrangement as well. And these are the ribbons, 2 ribbons that I'll be using for a bow. You can see that's going to look really nice together. Pretty summer, spring wreath. We're going to be designing today on a grapevine. So let's get started. I'm going to bring the camera back up. Okay, we'll get started. The first thing I'm going to do, and I learned this in one of the design classes that I take. I'm enrolled in 2 different design classes, and they're teaching me placements, and I just thought I would like to share that with you as someone new beginning, and to show you what I'm learning, as I said, during my journey. So the first thing I'm going to do is place one of my sunflowers. Make sure you can see this okay. And I would place this up here at the top. Right about there. And then I'm just going to place these to begin with. Then we would place another here. I'm going to create a triangle and a group of 3. So that would be about my placement. Okay. So I'm going to be dipping the ends in my glue. And insert into the grapevine. Okay, so that first one we're going to place right up here where I had tried it. Make sure we're going with the grain of the grapevine. Okay, so we have our first one placed. Let me come across from that on the bottom. I'm going to cut this stem just a little bit shorter. Got that a little too long. Okay. Dip it in the glue. And we're going to place that one here. Give it a little bend as you put it in so it has a little movement. It's not flat up against the grapevine. And my intention is to place a bow here in this area, so I'm going to leave room, and we'll put our third sunflower right about here. Try to get the strings off my piece. So let's insert that one here. And I don't want them at the same distance away from the vine. So right there. We've got the three placed. Now I'm going to come back with some greenery. And I think I'll start off with the green. And we're just going to make sure we bend this a little bit, give it a little bit of life. And my intention here is to come behind each one of the sunflowers that we've already inserted. I'm just going to cut the length down on this a little. Again, dip it in the glue. And I'm going to come up right behind that one that we placed on top. And make sure I'm making good contact. Bend that. I hope you can see that. I've got a little bit of glue there, so one thing that I have learned is to have some Spanish moss and just take it, roll it in a ball. If you've got a big dab of glue, you can go ahead and cover it. Also, by doing this and kind of pushing it down into the grapevine, you're securing your stem. Okay. So we've got that in. That looks nice. We take another piece. Again, making sure that we're giving it a little bit of movement. Cut that stem just a little bit shorter. Next, I'm coming behind this one, up above it slightly. Okay. Put a little bit of glue. As I said, I am new to wreath making. I began my journey September of 2020. After losing my job due to the COVID, my thought was, what am I going to do with myself? And without the extra money coming in, I thought, it's the beginning of fall. I wanted a wreath for my door, but not working. I thought, well, let me try to make a wreath. So I began my research. And that research was on YouTube, FaceTime Lives, watching all the designers. And found out that I could do this, and I loved it. I truly have found my passion. Okay, I'm going to take this next one, and we're going to go behind our third. Get my glue. So, I decided after making my wreath, which came out very well, I was impressed and found that I actually have a talent for this. Who knew at this point in my life this is something that I would be doing? I certainly did not. You see that? Now we've placed some greenery with each of our sunflowers. And I've got a little loose piece of grapevine, so I'm just going to go up with my clipper and take that out. Okay. So let's continue adding a little bit more of this greenery. What we're doing is establishing a line. Our bow will go here, so therefore that will be our transition. At the transition point, that determines the direction of our florals and greenery. So if the bow is going here, I want everything above the bow to be flowing in this direction, anything else to be going in that direction. So what I'm going to do now is take this, and I'm going to come on the other side of our flower and just give that a little bit of a downward feel. So we apply some glue. And making wreaths is, it's like a quiet time that you have. You can just take that time to reflect. It just gives me a peace and a joy that everything's going to be okay. With everything that's going on in the world today, I think we all need some type of an escape. And certainly this wreath making has shown me that I can get away. And I hope if you try doing some of these projects, I'll be trying to do videos. I feel like that's the next step for me. Just to share my journey and hopefully, like I said, inspire you. And that you may find that you have this talent that you were unaware of. Okay, next I'm going to take this coral color that we have, just to bring a little bit of that in. See how that's going to look. I think I'm going to like that. So I'm going to fill in again right here around this lower. And just get that line established. Put a little bit of glue. Again, maintaining that direction. Just kind of mix the green in with the coral. You can see that. Okay, so we'll take another piece of that. Like I said, I've bent everything in advance to try to keep the video a little shorter. I know everyone's time is valuable. Now we'll do the same with this. I'd like to put that in here, right behind the sunflower, and incorporate a little bit of the darker green that we have. We're just introducing another color, another texture, and keeping the piece interesting. That looks pretty. Oh, I like that. You see where we place that other piece up there? Okay. And remembering we're going to have our bow here. So I still need something coming up in this direction. I think I'll add another piece of the green. Come up alongside of that. I'm going to shorten my stem slightly. If you can see, I'm just inserting, and I'm going with the grain of the grapevine. And again, I've got a little bit of glue showing, so I'm just going to take some Spanish moss, roll it up, and place that right between the grapevine. Okay, that looks good. And let's take another piece of our coral eucalyptus. Give it a little bend so it's not flat. Let's come in right behind that. Now that's looking really pretty. And it's filling in nicely. I've got this one down below. Now we just want to give that a little bit of a downward motion. And then when we come in with some of our other pieces, we'll get opposites. We'll get a little flow like this with our bow in the center. Now let's see, do we want to use this other eucalyptus that has that coral at the tip? I think I do. It's pretty. One thing that I have learned in class, the design classes that I'm taking, is to always use at least 3 types of greenery. So this will be incorporating our third. If you have more, that's fine, but at least 3. Okay, I'm going to come right up here in between where we put our other, mixing it with the green and the coral. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, yeah, I'm going to definitely be adding some more of these. Okay, so we placed one here. Let's go over to our other. We'll come right in between the 2. That's going to look nice. Let's get some glue. So right in between the 2, following the grain of the grapevine. Oh, that looks so pretty. I think we need a little something over here, right behind. So let's try another piece of the, if you can see that. It has like a little bit of a pink coral color. Okay, so I have to step in front of you, I'm sorry. And I'm going to come behind the sunflower and just have that peek out over here on this side. And now we still need to add a piece here also. So okay, I think I'm going to come from underneath, kind of creating that line. We've got it going up, a little bit of an angle, keeps the eye moving. I'm thinking we need just a little more height. I'm going to get another piece of this deeper green and bring that up there. So this is the bush that I have. So let me just snip another piece off and we'll get that added. Doesn't need to be too long, so I think I'll just take like half of the stem. Give it a bend so it's not flat. And I'm thinking right up here. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking I need one more piece of this coral down here where we're going to be, actually I think maybe coming to the inside of the wreath would look nice. So I'm going to place that one. And it is really, you just have to look at it, and the wreath shows you where it needs more. If you just take a look at it, you'll see a hole. And just go in. Yeah, that looks nice. This one going in this direction, that one cascading down. That's pretty. Okay. I've got one piece left, and I'm thinking here. So let's go ahead and put that in. If we don't like it, we can always take it out. But to me, it needs a little more right here. I think what we need to do next is to make our bow. And we'll wait on, we'll place these after and add more greenery if needed. Also, before I came on, the sunflowers had these large leaves, which are very nice. They're a pretty silk and they bend. And I'm thinking we'll add these at the end. So we've got those to do as well. Let me clear this off. And I'm just going to bring the camera down. So you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I use the Easy Bow Maker. These pegs, sorry, the dowels come loose and you have to put them in. Sorry about that. Okay, the Easy Bow Maker comes with measurements on it. So what I'm going to do is decide, I'm going to use this one on the bottom, and the reason I'm doing that, all of the ribbon is, the two pieces are wired, but this one isn't as stiff, so this will help to hold that one up. So that's what made my determination for putting this on the bottom to begin with. Oh, also we're going to have tails hanging from our wreath. I know you can't see it right now, But I'm just going to bring this over to get an idea of how long I want my tails. And let me see how long this is. About 15 inches. So I'm going to take my ribbon, slide it in between the dowel, scrunch it down, take the tail, bring it towards me, and then I'm going to twist my ribbon. And we're going to make the loops about 5 inches. It has a measurement here, so I bring that out, keep my baby finger pressing it down, holding it at the 5 mark, scrunch my ribbon in, puff, give it a little bit more so when it is fluffed I can see that it's at the 5. Scrunch it down, give your ribbon a twist. Same thing on the opposite side. We're going to slide our ribbon in and put my hand inside, holding it at the 5. Fluff it out a little. And we've got 2 loops created. Just hold it up, make sure we're good. We're going to twist our ribbon again. And I'm going to bring, now I can measure it to the loop below. Bring it in, scrunch it down, give it a twist. Measure to this previous loop, scrunch it down, just get a feel for what that's going to look like. 2, 3. So let's do 3 on each side. So we're going to give it a twist. We'll do our 3rd. Hi, it's Elaine. I'm back. I'm so sorry. We had some internet difficulties. I believe where I lost connection was while I was making the bow. So I just wanted to come back on and show you the end result. And this is the wreath that we created today. What I ended up doing was attaching the bow, going back and adding a few more fillers. We had talked about the leaves on the sunflowers. I've gone back in, I've attached those, and this is the end result. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize for the problems. It was out of my hands. I hope I've inspired you to try working with flowers. Find your joy. Like and share. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.